Hi, everyone. And let me give you a little introduction to our second and final discussion board in MHA626. It's actually fairly early for me on February 15th, but I wanted to offer this perspective, and we're going to start actually with this article on the Blackboard site. It was written a little more than a year ago, January 13th, 2022. And it has to do with COVID vaccination. And really the topic is consent. Now, consent was our topic in week 5, but I think it's even though it's a great connection. And of course, the issue is very real. But the article was written at a time where there was still a little bit different than we are now, February 2023. Dare to say there's been quite a bit more COVID restriction relaxation around the country. In fact, I believe last week the Johns Hopkins Center announced they were going to discontinue its massive site. But I'd like you to keep this in mind anyway, short, but perhaps persuasive, not persuasive argument having to do with consent. Excuse me. Because we all know this, especially those of us connected to healthcare, COVID has not disappeared. Many healthcare institutions, long-term care facilities are still requiring masking. Individuals are testing positive for COVID, perhaps quarantining as well. This has to do, though, with 12 to 17-year-olds, so adolescents, in a 5-year age range, having the ability to consent on their own to receive the COVID vaccine, and which is really the argument that the authors make here in terms of their own benefit and that from the public health perspective. Now, I also know that many of you probably have maybe some strong feelings, not just as healthcare people, but we were all in the 12 to 17-year-old range. And although some of us may want to forget that period of our life, I would urge you, for the sake of this discussion board, not to put yourself in this example, not to say, well, when I was 15, I could have made that decision. I couldn't make that decision. That's probably not, that may or may not be true, but we weren't faced with that decision when we were between 12 and 17. But I also know that some of you have adolescents either in your homes or you're related to as well. You may or may not want to consult them. I happen to consult a 15-year-old who resides with me. She had some very strong opinions about this topic. What you're tasked to do is give a reflective response, especially in terms of the vaccination increase. Look at all of the perspectives of the article, what the authors say about San Francisco, about the District of Columbia as well, localities. And we're going to start with that, again, within the mindset of consent. Okay, so let's start with that. Looking forward to your discussion on DB02. You'll be divided up into 2 groups again. Excuse me. Really would like you to engage for the entire week on this topic. I think a lot of good sharing can occur. All right, take care, and we'll see you on the discussion board, everyone. Bye.